Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
It's getting nicer outside, but it's still hit or miss in the spring on golf weather. Not at Double Eagle Golf. You're home for always 72-degree weather with no wind. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues are underway, but stay tuned for info on indoor golf tournaments and book your bay for after the spring game in late April. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf. Spring is a time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Fuhrer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter, or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fuhrer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Join On the Block and Old School live from Scissors and Scotch on 30th and Yankee Hill on Thursday, June 6th to celebrate their grand opening. Feel better instantly with a beard trim, haircut, or a traditional shave courtesy of the experienced and professional barbers at Scissors and Scotch. Stick around after your cut and enjoy a beverage in their cozy bar area, and don't worry, there's more than just Scotch. Spend your afternoon with Scissors and Scotch at 93.7 The Ticket, live on location June 6th from 2 to 6 p.m.
Spring in Nebraska brings green grass and warmer weather, but it also brings severe storms which can cause damage to your home. Meadowlark Exterior specializes in hail, storm, and wind damage restoration, as well as roofing, siding, and gutters for commercial or residential buildings. Meadowlark Exteriors focuses on fine craftsmanship and proves that in their attention to detail. They offer free roof inspections and estimates and insurance claim assistance, serving the Lincoln and Omaha surrounding areas. Call today at 402-875-2956 or go to meadowlarkexteriors.com.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in at 2 Ticket Weeknights. Once again, Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We got the host, as always, Chancellor Brewington to my left, and we got a guest in today. Nonetheless, I'll throw it to you, Chancellor Brewington. How's it going on this Tuesday night? And then who do we got in studio with us today, man?
Yeah, it's going awesome. Before I get to the guest, we always like to start off with a word of encouragement. I don't know if you got one, Harrison.
I always got something.
You got something.
Pocket.
You got something. I would just say this was redundant from last week, but just believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. I'll say it one more time. Believe in yourself. Simple as that. In its simplicity, it's profound.
I'll add on to that. Patience.
Patience.
That thing is brutal to have. Patience. Running that, especially just being 25. That's one I got to practice all. We talk about all the time. We're young. We talk about wisdom. Still need a lot of patience.
Right. Dude, I just turned 40 on Sunday, and I still... That's funny to you. Me turning 40 years old is hilarious. I'm like, oh, this guy's ancient. Look at that.
Right.
This would be a good time to let people know who we have.
Exactly.
He's cracking jokes.
Already cracking jokes. Well, I have a church friend, but just a friend in general, Monty Scott.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm thankful that you came into the studio today. This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's awesome. So before we get into stuff, tell us and the people just a little bit about yourself, like where you from, where you grew up, just the basics.
So it's hard to say where I'm from, really. but I guess I've been almost 18 years, 19 years, but living in Omaha, Nebraska. So I guess I'm from Omaha.
Okay.
Right. But I grew up in Southern California.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
What part?
Orange County and in Los Angeles. Kind of moved back and forth between the two places. So.
Okay.
So I'm from both of those places, but I've been in Omaha since I was 21 years old.
What brought you out here?
Ha! So I went to college in Oklahoma.
Okay.
Right. And I got my girlfriend pregnant, and she's from Nebraska. So she moved back here.
Mm-hmm.
So then I moved here, and bada bing, bada boom. 19
right.
years later, she's actually graduating high school. That kid that was conceived in college.
There you go.
Right. Is gonna graduate high school in like 2 weeks.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Crazy.
That is awesome. So do you miss the California weather?
Oh man. I mean, right now, no, because it's nice out right now.
Right,
I don't even think about it.
Yeah.
But let it be like minus 21. I'm like, there's no freaking way.
Yeah.
Like, growing up, it was, Valentine's Day, Christmas Day, it was like 65, 70,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Here it's warm. It's only 12 degrees out. It's kind of warm today. And it's like, man, get out of here. That's not warm at all.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. Okay, so you go to Oklahoma for college.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? Is it similar to Nebraska, like Midwest?
Yeah, Oklahoma's a little different. It's not quite as cold, but I was fresh out of California going to Oklahoma, so it was freezing cold to me. You know what I mean? But it was cool. It was like it was in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay.
So even smaller than Omaha. I think it's probably smaller than Lincoln, or like the size of Lincoln.
Really?
Yeah. So it was pretty.
Is Lincoln? Which one's bigger, Lincoln or Omaha?
Omaha's way bigger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not
Okay.
even close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Omaha was small to me coming from Los Angeles, though.
Uh-huh.
So Omaha felt like when I first moved there, felt like a little tiny town. You know what
Really?
I mean? Yeah.
That's crazy. So Omaha has expanded over the years.
It has.
Yeah.
It has. And people would say, and it still like blows my mind because I've gone I do stand up comedy too.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But like I've gone to LA.
Right.
I was in LA a couple years ago actually for some auditions. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it takes like half an hour to get anywhere in LA. Anywhere like. And in Omaha, people are like, "Oh, I'm not going all the way out there. That's a good 20-minute drive." Like, and I'm like, dude, you have no idea how good you have it.
Yeah.
That 20 minutes is, pretty much across the whole city.
Right.
Whereas in LA, it's like 20 minutes is nothing. That's like,
that's a 2-mile drive.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Depending on traffic, yeah, it won't be much at all. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I'll do 20 minutes. I'll do 30 minutes to get there. It's no big deal,
That's crazy. So when did you start your comedic journey, and when did you realize you were funny?
Oh man. So I realized I was funny in the 6th grade when I was living in Virginia. I lived with my grandparents for 6 months, and I went to middle school there, and I'm from California, so I'm in the South now.
Yeah.
And I'm getting made fun of like crazy. Like I talk different and I acted different, and these kids would not. I mean, it was to the point where like it was like really traumatic bullying, like the kind of bullying that like you see on TV today when like they have to intervene and all that. Like this is the 90s. They didn't do that back then. They were just like, "Oh, you'll be okay, kid." You know what I mean? Like, "Oh, all kids do it." You know what I mean?
Like pushing your books down type.
Oh man, like I remember. I will never forget. I'm in the 6th grade and I'm walking. For some reason, I was late to lunch.
Okay.
And I'm walking in the hallway, and I'm the only one in the hallway going to the cafeteria. And out of nowhere, I just get slammed in my face. Like someone just hit me. And I spun around. Like it literally spun me around. And I come to and I fix my glasses. And there's this kid, and he goes, "Yeah, boy, you just got stolen, right? Yo, jump." I was like, "Oh my gosh, I've never seen you before in my entire life."
Right.
Like I was bullied so much. I was like, kids that I didn't know were bullying me just because I was that kid you could bully. You know what I mean? So I realized though that if I made fun of kids, then they'd leave me alone at least for 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. So then I started doing that. I started making fun of kids, making fun of kids, and making fun of kids. And I actually was funny doing it.
Mhm.
So then I left Virginia and moved back to California with my mom in the 7th grade. And I said, I am never getting made fun of like that ever again. So I'm just going to be hilarious. And that was just, it caused other problems in school, getting in trouble a ton. I got in trouble a ton,
Right.
but I was always funny. I was always funny. I had to change schools, but every school, it was just a trend. And I just noticed this trend. I was just hilarious. You know what I mean? Where teachers would give me time to be funny in class, stuff like
Really?
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
you were that class clown. Like
Yeah.
you were like that level. Oh wow. So like you gained a favor. Like you got the teachers laughing.
Yeah, I had teachers laughing and stuff like that. Like, this kid, like, he's disrupting class, but he is funny. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. So when did you realize like, hey, like I could really do like stand up? Because I know that being funny and stand up are completely two different
Yeah.
things, if I'm correct.
They are very
Yeah.
different. Yeah, you can be funny, and then there's like a stage funny.
Mhm.
So that was I would say years later, actually in Omaha,
Mm.
when I just did an open mic one day years ago, and I didn't write anything, but while I was on stage, I came up with funny, and I said funny stuff. You know what I mean? Just talking.
Didn't write anything.
Yeah, I didn't write anything.
Oh
yeah.
wow.
And it was pretty fun. I was like, well, if I could do that, if I could just be funny without writing anything, like, imagine if I actually did write jokes and learn how to write jokes, and then that kind of just happened. And then, and that was like just randomly I would do open mics. And then I got this gig emceeing a concert for some local rappers in Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
And that lasted for a couple years. And like, but I would be funny while I was doing that, like make some noise, but I'd be funny, you know what I mean? At the same time. And then I got a gig emceeing for Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Oh wow.
In Denver, Colorado. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Like, in a concert.
That's tough.
Hundreds of people and all that. It was nuts, man. It was nuts.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So are you always like, are you comfortable speaking in front of people?
Yeah.
Like, has that always been a thing?
It's yes and no. You get scared and nervous.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's more I'm used to the fear, used to being nervous. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's hard to explain, because like, am I comfortable doing it? Yes. But at the same time, like it does make you scared. You still get scared and nervous, beforehand.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you used to play football, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would honestly compare it like that. Like, someone's about to knock your brains out, right?
Yeah.
But like, you probably, I don't know. I never played football.
Right.
I played football one time and I got hurt, and it almost made me cry. Actually, I was 16. And but I would imagine the moment before you get hit, you're like, this is gonna hurt, and you still like get kind of nervous, but you're used to that discomfort. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. Like, I'm used now. I've done it so many times. I'm used to being scared.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Beforehand.
Okay. You know what to expect. There's gonna be like different nerves and stuff, but that you're gonna overcome it every time.
Yeah. And being prepared helps. Practicing your jokes, rehearsing your jokes, knowing what you're gonna say instead of just going up there and just winging it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That helps with being nervous too.
So when did you like learn how to write a joke? Because I mean, I don't even know how that comes. You just like think of funny stuff throughout the day and just jot it down. Like, how does a comedian write jokes?
Different people have different ways of doing it.
Right.
Really. And it really is depending on, there's a couple things. It depends on who you ask. Because everyone has their own, well, I do this, I do that. Their own, their own, way of doing it. I looked on YouTube how to do it. And then I took a couple of joke writing classes.
Oh, wow.
That just kind of introduce you. And that really helped, like, because it tells you the structure of a joke and then how to get your ideas. Because you'll have like a funny idea, but how do you turn that into a joke you can tell? Right. And that really helped a lot with that. Because I was funny before, but after that, it ratcheted up like 28%. It
was like sharpening the blade almost. Huh?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, you could be a good singer, but you still got to go learn. Mariah Carey takes singing classes. I imagine she doesn't just do crazy tones,
right,
breaking glass and stuff like that. You know what I mean? She's not just doing that her own. So it's kind of like that. So, and then a lot of it is just sitting down and just talking to yourself, thinking. I think of problems in my life. With me personally, and then or like shortcomings that I feel like I have, or things I struggle with. I think of that, and I'm like, well, that's funny to somebody else. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like I have a joke about buying my wife a bad Christmas gift or like anniversary gift, like buying her a Swiffer. You know what I mean?
Swiffer?
Yeah, like the Swiffer wet jet thing you mop the floor with. You know what I mean? Like I joke about that, and I never actually bought her that before.
Oh, okay.
Before people think, oh, this guy's a horrible husband.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
not what it is. But it is really hard buying gifts for your spouse. Like you got to do it like 8 times a year. You have like all these birthdays and Christmases and then you got your anniversary, and then you got Valentine's Day,
Mother's Day.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh,
yeah.
it's ridiculous,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, and it always has to be new. It always has to be original.
Uh-huh.
It always has to be perfect. You know what I mean? Every single time.
Yeah.
It's honestly my personal opinion. I think it's unrealistic.
Gift giving?
Not gift giving, but it always being great. Like
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna have some Lulu's
yeah.
once in a while.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save that one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come
Clip
on,
that.
that's not perfect every time. You don't wash a dish. Like about this.
It's like, whoa.
You don't. I'm not saying women should wash dishes, but like imagine like I look at my house. We do dishes. It's very equal, actually.
Right.
Okay, we're very equal. Like I do dishes all the time.
I love it.
No big deal, right?
Yep.
I miss spots.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens,
It happens.
and no one gets on me. Hey, you missed a spot. Okay, but let me give a bad Mother's Day gift, and I'm horrible.
Yeah.
You know how many we got? 4 kids, dude. What my oldest is 18. That's 18 Mother's Days. 19 if you can't count when she was still pregnant, right?
Right.
You get to celebrate that one because she's gonna be a mother. It's not even it's unrealistic. So I wrote a joke about it. You know what I mean? Because I have bought her some bad gifts. She's like, "This is it," and I'm like, I looked online. I mean, you know what I mean? I saw on Home Improvement they bought this gift for his wife on TV.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like it? I will say though, funny thing, they say never buy your wife a vacuum cleaner, right? But my wife actually did one year ask for a carpet cleaner. And I was thrown back, but I was like, are you sure?
Was
like
it a test or something?
No, she was like, I really do want it. I was
really?
like, are you serious? She was like, yeah. I was like, what? I was like, that's like the literal thing they always say, like, you don't buy your wife a vacuum cleaner.
Oh,
she
yeah.
was like, no, I need a carpet steamer. I want you to get me a good Bissell.
And you got her one?
Yeah, she loves it.
So you scored that year.
Yeah, that was a good year.
That was a good year. That was a good year.
She was happy for it.
That was a
And we
good year.
actually still have it. And she likes it.
Yeah.
I think it's the weirdest thing in the entire world. But,
Yeah.
but I was able to make a joke about that. But so I struggle with it. I made a joke about it. You know what I mean?
Because
So,
people can relate to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
What's
That's
that
good.
like when you're putting the skit together or a bit together? Like you think it's funny, but then you got to go out there for the first time and present it. Because you hear a lot of comedians, they'll bomb, but they'll keep working on that piece because they still think it's good. Like, what is that like for you when you finally got a piece of material and you're going up there for the first time?
It's scary. You know, I mean, it is and it isn't. It is kind of scary because you don't know how people are going to react to it. You don't know how people are going to respond to it. Is it going to be funny? Is it not? And it's not like, you really should be telling new jokes at open mics. You really shouldn't be bringing new material to an actual show. You can do that. There's ways you can do that, but you really shouldn't, right? And open mics are harder to get laughs at. You know what I mean? Because, it's not, this isn't a paying audience. First thing, like you go to open mic, it's usually like on a Tuesday or a Wednesday night, like some random weeknight, right?
Yeah.
At some random dive bar. Okay. It's like 8 people in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they're not there for the open mic. They're there because, they're just talking. And then like it's 8:00. All right, guys, welcome to the open mic. They're just like, what? They're trying to watch a basketball game or something like that. You know what I mean? And then, so they're not really in there for comedy as opposed to like on a Friday, Saturday night when someone paid $20 to get into a show. You see what I mean? So the reaction is going to be different. So the way that I view it, if I can get a couple chuckles at an open mic from a joke, I can probably do pretty well in a crowd
that's a good perspective.
Paid money.
Yeah.
Honestly, and shows are easier than open mics in reality. So it's honestly back to the sports thing.
Yeah.
I'd say having never done sports, I imagine practices are easier than the actual game. People hit harder, people play harder. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
Right. Yeah, it depends. It depends.
But on comedy is the opposite. Like it's tougher to do like all these open mics all the time. But when you do that and then you you really practice this material because you take the joke to an open mic and you tell it and like a couple people laugh, and you do the other people there like are comedians. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're going over their jokes for the night, or they're talking to some other comedian. No one's really paying attention, so it's tough to even get the crowd. So it really forces you to work these skills. You know what I mean? So when you then take it to an actual show, your muscle's a lot stronger because you've been lifting heavy weights all week. So suddenly,
like that analogy. I like that one.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's what it is. So then, but it's a lot lighter because now at a show that people pay for, they want you to make them laugh. I'm here for you to make me laugh. You know, I got my girlfriend here. We both got dressed up. I spent $50 on dinner for this girl. She better laugh. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's what they're hoping for. So they're actually like on your side almost, and they're rooting for you to make them laugh. They want to be entertained. So it's a lot easier. So to answer your question, how does it feel? It's scary. But if you can get a couple laughs and you feel like, you know, because sometimes you'll be like, this joke sucks, I'm tossing it. Other times you're like, you know, there is some potential here, but I didn't maybe I talked too fast through it, or not, or the setup was too long, or like you'll kind of feel things out and I should add this to it. I should add that to it. You know what I mean? And you tell it over and over and over and over and over again. So you're telling it 10 times over the course of 3 or 4 weeks or whatever. And then you're noticing, oh, I told it, you know, differently these couple times. And you're recording it too on your phone. So then you're going back and listening to it.
Oh, that's like a little hack.
Yeah.
Everyone does that kind of.
A lot of people do that. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Not everybody does, but a lot of people do it. You can record it on your phone so that you can go back and you can listen to it and you can hear what you did wrong.
Oh, wow. That's nice. I like that. I like that. That's like film study.
Yeah, it is.
It's like film study.
Yeah.
Oh,
essentially what we have to do. Listen back to our own stuff. Was that painful for you the first few times?
Yeah.
Listening back?
It's horrible. I hate it. I hate it, man. I hate it. I still don't like it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it sounds terrible. But you go back and you do that, and then you're like, okay, I can see where I could do better at this and everything like that. And then,
that's awesome.
You have to change your skits up or your whatever your joke's going to be that night, depending on the location. You come to the Midwest, you can kind of let those jokes fly. People not going to be sensitive. You go out to California, maybe a little bit more sensitive crowd. Is that something you even think about as a comedian, or no? Is it all fair game?
Yes and no. I mean, it really depends on the person. Some people do. My jokes aren't really that offensive.
Okay.
I have one joke that I'm actually still working on that is about my mom and dad, because my dad is white and my mom is black, and it's basically calling my dad black, but he's white though. But some people can probably consider it kind of racist a little bit,
right?
So, but I told it in front of an audience twice. Once it got a bunch of laughs. The other time it didn't, but this African guy did laugh at it.
So that was a dub.
So I consider it a dub because my dad grew up in Africa, but he's white.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he grew up in Africa, so the joke is kind of based on that. And but the African dude he thought it was hilarious.
Hey, that sounds like a dub to me.
Yeah, it's a dub. Yeah. That's how I consider it. But the other people were just like, okay, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know. I don't know why they didn't think it was funny. I didn't ask them. I'm just like, well, whatever.
That's good. What was like your favorite comedians growing up?
Oh man, Jim Carrey, Robin Williams, Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence.
I love Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence is hilarious, man.
Goodness.
Bernie Mac.
Oh yeah.
Bernie Mac.
Oh yeah.
Cedric the Entertainer.
Bernie Mac.
I'm gonna have to go watch him.
You know Bernie Mac?
Oh, it's not ringing a bell for me right now.
Bernie, he died of pneumonia like maybe 15 years ago, something like that. He's hilarious though. You should watch. You know what you should really watch? You should watch the original Kings of Comedy.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, I know who he is now after looking. Yeah.
He had a TV show for kids and everything, which is crazy. He had a family show on Fox.
Yeah,
because his Kings of Comedy.
That's where I knew him from. Well, that's what was crazy. I knew him from that show.
Okay.
I didn't even know he did comedy until I got older. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the dude from the show. Like he'd be the milk and cookies. Sketch, they had like like the episode on that. I'm like, oh yeah. Then I watched when I'm older. I'm like, oh, that was where it originally came from. Yeah.
Was nothing like was on the
show.
Yeah,
nothing like that. Might be one of my favorite. That one or you like Cat Williams?
Yeah, I love Cat, man. I love Cat.
Yeah. No, he has some good ones. His new special, talking about Joe Biden, or I think it was 2 specials ago. Joe Biden.
I haven't watched it yet. I like oh my gosh, what is this guy's name? The red-haired guy.
Gillis? That's the only redhead I can think of.
Wow.
Shane Gillis? Kind of a redhead.
Oh, he's
shaved.
new. Yeah.
He shaved his head now, actually, now I'm thinking about, but he used to have red hair.
Louis C.K., red hair. I can't think of a lot of red-haired comedians.
No, he's super offensive. He was on the Chappelle show, but like unless someone pointed him out to you, you wouldn't know.
Really?
He was like a background character for like one episode. But
did you say Chappelle? Did you like Chappelle?
Oh yeah, Dave Chappelle,
Yeah,
of course. Yeah. That was classic.
What's your favorite joke that you can remember? I know I'm putting you on the spot right now, but like of someone else's somebody else's joke. Do you watch a lot of Comedy Harrison?
Yeah, more as of late. And I've been going back, seeing some of the older ones too.
Yeah.
The scene's finally coming alive. You guys went through like a canceling period. That was like insane. That's why I asked about the jokes earlier, because the comedians were getting taken out left and right.
People were getting canceled left and right, man. Yeah. And I think it's tougher now because people are so worried about like offending other people. And it is kind of like a minefield because you got to be careful. And this, again, the joke about my dad is kind of like that. Like people can take it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's my life. And that's another thing too. I'm like, well, look, I'm not making this up. Right. This happened. You know what I mean? So I can't really.
I'm with comedians. So we got to go to break here, but it always blows my mind that people get offended paying to go to a comedy show, and then they come out with their feelings hurt. But nonetheless, we got Monte out here, based out of Omaha, right?
Yeah.
Based out of Omaha, the comedian. Chancellor Brewington, the host, is always to my left. We'll throw it to break. We got 2 more segments on the other side. This is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker concrete, and Beatrice concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars: Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour, every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals in everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
This is Coach Bill Bush. You all know my passion for Nebraska. Having coached all over the country, I can honestly say there is no place like Nebraska. You know where there's also no place like? Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank has proudly served Nebraska for over 70 years, and they're located in 9 different communities. Midwest Bank is ready, willing, and able to meet all your personal, business, and agriculture needs. Your community, your bank, and mine, Midwest Bank. Find out more at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
It's getting nicer outside, but it's still hit or miss in the spring on golf weather. Not at Double Eagle Golf. You're home for always 72-degree weather with no wind. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues are underway, but stay tuned for info on indoor golf tournaments and book your bay for after the spring game in late April. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf. Spring is a time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Fuhrer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter, or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fuhrer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. Once again, Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We got Monte Scott, comedian out of Omaha, in here with us. If you guys want to join in on the show, we got Royals on the FM airwaves, but still streaming Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and as always, Allo Channel 961 at 402-464-5685 is that Starter Heyman text line. But nonetheless, I'll throw it to the host as always, Chancellor Brewington.
Yep. We was talking about our favorite comedians, and I asked you a question. I said, what was your favorite joke that you could think of just comedians you watched growing up or comedians of recent? I don't know if you got to that.
I didn't get to, but I want to bring up some beef I have with you first.
Hey,
and
this is out of left field. Let's go.
You told me, you said, Monty, down that hallway near the bathroom is a fountain of water.
Oh, is there not?
There's not.
No, that's a lie.
I had to drink out of the sink like a dog. And this man told me, this is how he treats his guests on the show, that there was water there. And I was so thirsty coming from Omaha.
I genuinely thought there was a fountain back there.
It's pretty messed up. You sent them on a goose chase for a made-up water fountain.
Made up.
My apologies. That is not how I treat my fellow AWC member.
Hey, talking about a fight you had, you almost got into no, you don't get to fight, but you saw a fight.
Yeah,
today.
there was definitely a fight today at Laszlo's.
There was a guy who he hit my car today on the way here.
On the way here?
Yeah, not like with his car, but with his fist. He hit it because I almost hit him with my car by accident. So I'm not the best with GPS and driving at the same time because I'm looking like on my phone, like, okay, where's this place at?
Right.
Where can I park?
And it was around here?
Oh yeah. And I'm driving and I go up to the crosswalk, the intersection. And right when I stop, I hear, "Whoa, man, what are you doing?" And I look over and there's this red-haired guy with a big red beard outside my car, like visibly upset. He's pissed.
Yeah.
Right. And he's like yelling at me, like, "You almost hit me, yada, yada, yada." I'm like, and I'm like waving him off, like, I'm sorry right away. I'm not going to start a fight with this guy. And he I hear bam in the back of my car. So,
oh my goodness. Come on. People are Lincoln. Come on.
This is the welcome that I get. I get assaulted and then not even a glass of water. Not even a fountain drink. Like a fountain drink's not a glass of water. You got to bend over and get it. You got to press the button for it. Like,
man, well, I genuinely thought there was water back there.
We'll get you a water on the next break.
So my favorite joke, I don't know, man. I've heard lots of funny stuff in my lifetime. And I really can't tell you.
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
What's the funniest thing that I've ever heard? And what makes me so angry is I will know it. Like, I'll be in bed tonight, be like, "Oh my gosh, that's it right there." You know what I mean? But I just don't know, man. I mean, I've heard, oh my gosh, I don't know. I've heard lots of stuff.
Yeah.
That's made me laugh.
Yeah.
So I mean, the milk and cookies from Bernie Mac is one. I would say maybe the Cedric the Entertainer in the Kings of Comedy driving a spaceship. Like it's a Cadillac. You got to go back and watch that.
Well, I've seen it. I'm trying to remember what the whole joke was about.
It started with him smoking how dudes at gas stations smoke cigarettes. It was like how it started, and it morphed into like, well, a Cadillac is as big as a spaceship, like an old Cadillac, and they drive it like it was a spaceship. And they'd be out in outer space, and then like they'd back up. You know what I mean? They show them driving and saying what's up to people they know, like with this cigarette. Right. Though, you know what I mean? It was hilarious. It was hilarious. He had a song going. He had to turn it down to like back into a parking spot. You know what I mean? It was hilarious.
I got to go back and watch that. Cedric the Entertainer is awesome. Speaking of Cedric the Entertainer, did you watch the Cat Williams interview?
I watched with
Shannon Sharpe.
Yeah. I watched some of it. My opinion on that is I think Cat Williams was just getting publicity for his new tour.
Oh, he's going on tour soon?
Yeah. He announced it like a week and a half later. Like he just ratchets up the controversy, so people are talking about him, and then it's like, oh, by the way, you can see me live these dates in these cities.
That's crazy. Well,
which I would do if I had enough followers.
Right. Yeah, that is tough.
But it'd be something different, like I don't like toast. Yeah, toast is evil.
You know what I
mean? And then like, oh, by the way, you can see me this day.
The Kevin Hart stuff is crazy though. That stuff is
Kevin Hart.
I do think Kevin Hart is funny. Do you think his stuff is funny?
I think his stand-up is funny. I don't think his movies are that funny.
I don't like his. I respect. I don't really like his movies.
Yeah, his stand-up is hilarious.
Yeah, but so you do think his stand-up is funny?
His stand-up is funny. Yeah, his movies are not funny. I think his movies are a little cheesy, and but I mean that's me. He probably owns a yacht from his movies, so he's gonna look at me and laugh and throw Ferrari dust in my face. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and it is what it is. I'm not gonna hate on him for it.
No, of course. I just think it's interesting, like just all the stuff that came out during that.
So interview. What did he say? Because I didn't get to that part. Oh my
goodness.
Yeah, I didn't really get to that part. But
Cat Williams.
What did Cat Williams say?
About Kevin Hart, yeah.
He basically said that like I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said that Kevin Hart got to where he was through like just evil ways. He got there through evil ways, and it wasn't because he was funny. That he had doors open like in early 2000s because of his involvement with wearing the dress and like that type of stuff. Yeah. So he was just saying that like how his stardom just took off. Like that wasn't just like coincidence. That was strategically planned, and like that.
He served his time under the scorpion well.
Exactly. Whatever that means.
Oh, we got Bryce chiming in here. I didn't even know this one. And again, 402-464-5685. We're back on the FM airwaves as the Royals game ended. Kevin Hart did stand up at Doane College back in 2010.
Did he really? Where's that?
Is that what Bryce had to say?
That is true. What Bryce had to say. Doane is not too far away from us.
Okay, I was going to say, like, I don't know where this place is at. Like, what is he saying?
For all those who are just tuning in, we switched off the Royals. We got comedian Monte Scott in here, based out of Omaha.
Monte Scott.
Yeah. Out of Omaha. 402-464-5685. If you got any questions for him or want to join in on the conversation. But yeah, that was nuts. Kevin Hart back at Doane College, 2010.
Wow. So that's like
right before 11, before the dress. So
thank you for your comment, Bryce, by the way.
Yeah, thank you, Bryce.
We're not hating on you. Just I thought it was random. Like, oh, Kevin Hart did this.
Yeah, they got some live chatters coming in here soon. But what was you talking about? Jokes.
Yeah, we're talking about the nefarious means of Kevin Hart's stardom, which brought in.
Oh
Bryce.
Yeah, we're talking about Cat Williams.
I want to say this to all the listeners. If you want love advice, I'm here to give it.
Love advice.
Put your relationship troubles in the chat. Let's hear it. I would love it. We need to answer these questions because people have problems in their lives.
Hey, man.
And we should answer them.
All right. Put in your relationship problem and
go ahead.
My girlfriend's been stealing money. She thinks I don't know that she steals from me, but she does. What do I do?
Hey, if you got sometimes we be talking a couple girl stuff. We haven't been, we talked at the very beginning. I think it was around Valentine's Day when she was going to get your girlfriend.
Yeah, which we always got to be nervous. I was going to make sure she's listening or not.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
What'd you get her?
If I remember correctly, it was flowers and then a nice date. I think we went to, why am I blanking on the name? Momo's. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Hey, so I know this guy. I don't know him anymore. I used to know this guy way back like 15 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in 2007, his girlfriend went on a like a week-long vacation with her family or whatever, right? And she told him, she said, "Will you check my mail for me while I'm gone? That's all I want you to do." He was like, okay, I can do that for you. So, some days pass or whatever, you know what I mean? She's on vacation. She's like, "Well, how you been checking my mail, baby?" He's like, "Yeah, baby, I got your mail. I've been checking it." She's like, "Yeah, anything in the mailbox?" Like, "No, just regular bills." And apparently she left a card saying "I love you" and "thank you" in the mailbox for him to read. But he wasn't checking her mail, so he didn't know. Like, "Well, I know you have been checking my mail." And then it was a whole thing.
A whole fight.
Yeah, it was a whole fight. Yeah. Ruined her vacation partly, I'm sure. Like this freaking creep.
No, that's funny.
Oh yeah, it was hilarious.
That is funny.
It was hilarious.
That is funny. No, I'm the single man in the room right now.
So are you married or what do you got?
No, I'm still single.
He said, "What do you got?"
Well, not
sorry.
single.
Yeah.
Be careful. Not single. Not married. Not married.
Let's hope she doesn't listen to this episode, right?
Yeah, let's hope not. No, she's got to work tomorrow. I think.
Okay. What's the episode she does it? "I finally broke down into your stupid show. And I can't believe what I heard."
What would you tell people? People looking for love, Monty. What was your one piece of advice to people? People looking for love, searching for the love bug.
Searching for the love. If they feel like love is a bug, they should get a can of Raid. No, I'm kidding. All jokes aside, I would say to be themselves. Really, because you don't want to like, because you wouldn't want to, fall in love with someone. This girl's like totally different. Like, who did I marry? You know what I mean? You don't want to go through that, and it's not fair to someone else to go through that. Be honest with your expectations and be patient and don't get discouraged and think, I got to sink my claws into this one because time's running out.
That's a good one.
A lot of people get that way. I'm 28 years old and the clock is ticking. You know what I mean? Or don't marry for money, or like it shouldn't be so much what someone has, but what they're trying to pursue.
That's good. That's really good.
The Colonel, the guy that made KFC, he didn't make KFC until he was like 65 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you judged him based off how he was when he was 30, this guy's broke. He just has some amazing chicken.
No.
Like, have you had his chicken? It is phenomenal. But he's flat broke. You know what I mean? He's always talking about his chicken, though. Like, dude, get out of here. It's good, but get out of here. But, so.
That's pretty good right there.
You got to look at, the potential and where someone's willing to go and what they're trying to do versus what they already have, because they might not have what you want them to have, but.
Yeah. It's definitely hard dating in this generation as a young man, as a young black man.
Well, especially in this area. It depends what you're looking for, but yeah. I don't know. It's definitely
you got
different
one.
region.
You got one.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Like, okay, with I moved to Nebraska. Okay,
right.
And I noticed
I'm not from here, by the way.
Okay, where are you from?
Arizona. Let's say that. I was born in North Carolina, but let's say Arizona.
Okay, sound like he's a spy or something. Arizona. Let's say that. Like, are you from North Korea or something? Like, this guy, let's just say Arizona. Let's call it Phoenix. Like, what?
Yeah, like really like Phoenix area.
Okay.
Yeah, so like baby LA.
Yeah.
Like baby Cali.
Yeah.
Baby Cali.
A lot of people from LA actually go to Arizona.
Yeah.
Actually, like they move out there and stuff.
Yeah.
So obviously, moving here, like everybody loves the Cornhuskers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And used to play for them, right?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this question. Do you ever find it hard with dating or meeting girls with like that kind of getting in the way? Like they're more concerned about that versus maybe not now, but when you were playing,
right.
Like, was that like a thing? Like, she's like, "Can I just see your uniform?" And you're just like, "Are you kidding me?" Like that thing, I hate wearing that. Like, this is my hoodie. I just want to go play a video game or go to Chili's. Like,
right,
you know what I'm saying?
Like,
what do you deal with there?
Yeah. Yeah. I would say that definitely is a problem. Or not. I wouldn't say a problem. you can use it to your advantage. You can use it to whatever. But I think in a relationship, I think it's kind of like a negative thing to have someone know you prior to that and that be the motive of why they're pursuing you. So it's definitely something you got to be careful with if you're playing ball out here. If we got any ball players listening, you just be careful with that, because you just never know people's motives nowadays. You just never know. And especially like just the city and how compact it is and how Cornhusker heavy it is. It can be tough, especially in the women department. But yeah.
Talk about like how much her dad loves you and stuff like that. And
no,
usually
that's a real thing. That's a real thing.
Because usually dads hate their daughter's boyfriends, and because I had experienced that like a few months ago. My daughter had some boy come to pick her up and take her out. You know what I mean? And I was like, she was about to go meet this kid, and I was like, well, no, I'm going to go meet him first. You know what I mean?
Did you pull the Bad Boys, Will Smith?
I didn't. No. I have someone there with me. You know what I mean? Which is me.
Yeah.
So, but he didn't even like get out of his car.
Oh man.
You know, I talked to her about it. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's not even get out of his car. He's over here just waiting in his ride. Like, dude, get out of here, man.
Yeah.
But he is in his car parked in front of my house. And so I walk up to his driver's side window. And then he's like looking at her, you know what I mean? Because she's walking up to the other side. And then like he notices, and then like I think she kind of motioned him like my dad's over there, you know what I mean? And then like he looks and freaks out. He gets really nervous and he jumps out of the car, you know what I mean?
Okay,
like,
so he got out.
Yeah, he's like, how you doing, sir? Like, oh, buddy, don't call me sir now. You've already screwed this up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've already jumped out of the plane, no parachute. Don't try to call for 911 today.
Yeah. Not today.
Yeah, you already done, buddy.
And with that being said, we'll throw it to our last break here. Piece of advice: get out of the car and shake the dad's hand if you're in that situation. But nonetheless, so this is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. We got comedian Monteith Scott, based out of Omaha, here with us today as well. 402-464-5685 as we're back open on the Starter Heyman text line. Royals game is over, so we'll be back live here. Don't go anywhere. We got one more segment on the other side.
3-7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Have a passion for the outdoors? Nebraska Game and Parks is seeking seasonal teammates. Work in scenic state parks, contribute to vital research projects, and care for our natural spaces. Seasonal staff assist with special events, provide customer service to outdoor enthusiasts, and make a difference for conservation. Join the adventure at outdoornebraska.gov. Apply online today.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're spending $300 a month. Binge drinking is the most common form of excessive drinking, which costs the United States more than $191 billion each year. By drinking less, you will save $300 a month. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them?
By their clothes,
their age,
the way they speak.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Bank Strong, and the Ad Council.
This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you wanna come and text us,
if you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music.
This is Mommy's jam.
Then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Old School with VP and J.
Very small percentage of players, coaches, administrators thinking like, I'm planting my flag here. Nick Saban's run probably won't happen. It takes a very unique person and personality to be comfortable where you are, be strong enough to push to get what you need, and then also be very strong enough in a player's standpoint to advocate for yourself at the right time.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Alcohol has strained our relationship. Drinking too much can cause harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, we will save our relationship. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
You guys talk about songs that you love. Is there a song that you absolutely loathe in this world?
Oh, there is, and I can't think of them right now.
Just pick an Ozzy Osbourne song. I despise with all my being Benny and the Jets by Elton John. I hate that song. Jersey Mike's or Chick-fil-A.
Chick is good. Jersey Mike's, I'm going to say it'd be 90.
Come on.
90.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. The host is always to my left. We got Monty Scott, the comedian based out of Omaha, here with us as well. We only got about 5 minutes left here. So Chancellor Brewington, I'll throw it to you.
Yeah, Monty Scott here. If y'all need a comedian in the Lincoln or Omaha or whatever your area, where can they find? Do you have social media?
I do. It's 2022. If I didn't have social media, that would be weird.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd be like a hermit or something like that. Like I just come out of my hole to tell jokes and crawl back in.
Right.
So Instagram is Monty Scott Comic. That's MONTESCOTTCOMIC, and just Facebook Monty Scott MONTESCOTT Monty Scott.
Perfect.
Yeah, we'll put those in the podcast notes too as well. So anybody listening, if you didn't catch it, get the podcast. You can be in there and find that information.
Perfect.
Yeah, shoot me a message and book me up, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So do you like sports?
A little bit.
Bit.
Not a ton. Yeah. Again, I've had. I'm not good. I've never been athletic.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Ever. I can't run fast. I tried playing basketball. My mom put me in basketball in the second grade, but I was afraid of like the ball because it bounced and it really fast, and it actually scared me. And that sounds terrible, I know, but it did.
Right.
So they benched me, and then when I was 16, I was playing football with some friends, and someone punted a football, and I found out later they said I'm going to hit Monty in the face, and they were probably a good 50 yards away from me. And this guy punted the ball, and it went up, and I was walking, I heard someone go, Monty, and I turned, and as I was turning, the football just went smack in my dome.
He kicked the ball, and it hit you.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
wow.
probably got a scholarship.
Yeah, he's probably playing in the NFL right now.
He should have. He should have.
Crazy.
Wow. That's crazy. So do you have any like favorite teams?
Yeah, so basketball, Lakers.
Yeah.
Football, USC, Trojans. And the Rams.
Okay, so just LA based.
LA teams. Yeah.
Lakers a little bit. No.
Yeah. No, Lakers, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you said Lakers first team.
Oh.
He's
a LeBron fan, not a Lakers fan.
Oh, just a LeBron fan. I get it. Yeah, you get those guys. I'm not hating on that. I mean, I get it. People like LeBron. Look at my personal opinion. LeBron, and I know people are going to be like, I was going to book this guy, but never mind. I think LeBron is the best guy to ever play the game.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the rings that Jordan does.
All right, but he's just the best.
But he is the best.
Yeah, we don't really got to argue about it because it's kind of just set in stone. Huh?
10 years ago, though, people would have busted my car windows out.
We probably would have got this glass broke.
Oh yeah.
I'm still ready to end the show right here. That's blasphemy. You two sitting in a Lakers LeBron James echo chamber.
We had a show the other night, and I guess I knew his birthday, LeBron James' birthday, and he thought that was like the strangest thing.
What? Oh, the birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What is his birthday?
December 30th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, New Year's Eve, baby, almost.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was just bizarre. I love Kobe Bryant, but I can't tell you what his birthday was.
Kobe's legit too. Was, I guess. But
Oh yeah, LA.
That was
LA.
one time I would happily root for the Lakers.
Were you out
Kobe
there for
Bryant
the
was incredible.
riots?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Oh yeah.
So I didn't live.
How much time do we have?
3 minutes.
Go ahead.
Okay. So real quick, I didn't live where the riots happened. I lived probably about 15, 20 minutes away.
Oh, right there though.
But I went to church where it happened as a kid. I was in the second grade. My mom said she had a feeling something was about to happen, so she kept me from home from school that day, and they closed school that day early, like at noon. They shut. There's traffic in LA. Period.
Yeah.
Tons of traffic though to get kids home. You know what I mean? Going to church that Sunday, everything was burnt up. Like the whole area. Yeah. And my mom used to make fun of the place because it was a place called Willie's Wigs that she would get her wigs from and her weaves and stuff like that. And she's gonna be pissed that I even said that. But anyways, so
it's only live.
But the building was set on fire and it was called Illy Iggs apparently after that. But so yeah. But they had shut school down for like 3 days. Like it was a whole thing, dude.
Right.
It was a very big deal.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was burnt up, dude. Burnt up. People were getting shot like crazy. It was nuts, dude. It was nuts. I was 8 years old and I could tell it was crazy.
Well, there you have it. I wish we had more time. We don't have more time to dive in on it, but nonetheless,
He'll be back on.
Yeah,
He'll be back on.
I was going to say, it seems like a guest we need to have back on another time here. This is Monty Scott, based out of Omaha, the comedian. We'll have his contact information in the podcast notes. If any of you guys want to try to book him, get in touch with him, see what his availability looks like. We'll have that for you. So be sure, download the podcast after. But again, this has been What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. The host is always to my left, and guest Monty Scott in today. So don't go anywhere. We'll keep taking weeknights rolling along.